Welcome everyone to the Tethered Shipyards. I am Takeshi Yamato, the Yardmaster, joining our host, the Houseco Gamer.
Yo.
Today we are covering a Star Wars hero ship to go with our strategic analysis campaign of STO Clone Wars. And we're doing a rather famous/infamous one, the Negotiator, flagship of Admiral Kenobi. General Kenobi.
A understandable mistake to make. After all, a general commanding a Navy ship,
Yeah.
especially a Jedi.
Yeah.
The Negotiator survived most of the Clone Wars, going through many conflicts that were, shall we say, destructive. From the second Battle of Kamino to, well, name a battle during the Clone Wars where Obi-Wan was involved in, other than Utapau and Coruscant, and you'll probably find a Negotiator there providing support.
Yeah.
That said, this kind of proves a problem, and why Jedi should never, ever be allowed to command a warship. Because they will inevitably put their personal interests ahead of the boat. In case you're wondering what I mean, the Negotiator was ambushed near Florum by General Grievous, who managed to board the ship. And, well, Obi-Wan decided to blow it up just to spite him. Why was the Negotiator there? To rescue a bunch of Jedi children. On a non-military, unimportant objective, and he got the ship blown up. This is one of the few instances where Tarkin and I happen to agree on Jedi not being involved in warfare. They suck at it.
Yeah.
Their strategies are garbage, to put it lightly. And they usually get a lot of their men killed. And in this case, a ship destroyed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Let's stat this thing. So, we're going with the basic stat line of a Venator-class Star Destroyer as the basics. It is a Republic starship, a predecessor to other Star Destroyer type vessels. It has an entered the class, I suppose, has an entered service date closer to 21 or even 22 BBY instead of 20.
they entered the Clone Wars about 6 months after the Battle of Geonosis.
Alright, so 22. And we have comms 9, computers 8, engines 6, sensors 9, structure 9, weapons 7. 1 point each in command, security, and engineering. Scale 7 starship with medium turbo lasers, light turbo lasers, ion cannons, laser cannons, and a strength 6 tractor beam. And 3 instances of extensive hangar bays and secondary reactors for talents. And the standard wars special rules of hyperdrive and deflector screens. Now, next we need to give this thing a mission profile.
It often serves as the flagship of a fleet, often leading from the front, just like every other vendor during the conflict. Gee, I wonder why. Could it be that the Jedi are idiots?
Yeah, so flagship?
Yeah. In case you're wondering what I mean, how often have you seen a Jedi starfighter depart from a Venator? That's exactly why they chose the damn thing as flagships, instead of the more combat viable... here it is. The Victory class. Which doesn't have the docking spine, to be fair, but has a hell of a lot more armor and a lot more firepower.
Yeah.
Hell, after a few retrofits, even the Acclamator is a better option.
Yeah. But they tend to use Venators simply because they have lots of hangar space for their starfighters, plus all the other ARC 170s and the V19s and everything else.
I hate the V19.
Okay, so flagship mission profile has Command 3, Con 1, Security 3, Engineering 2, Science 3, Medicine 1. Add that to the Venator modifiers, we get Command 4, Con 1, Security 4, Engineering 3, Science 2, Medicine 1. And for mission profile talents, we have command ship, dedicated subspace transceiver arrays, diplomatic suites, and redundant systems communications. Definitely command ship for the profile talent.
Yes, considering she was under the command of General Kenobi for quite some time.
Yeah.
At least until Grievous took control of it and decided that he would become its commander for about 10 minutes.
Yep. And we have room for 2 more talents.
Probably dedicated subspace transceiver array, for it is a flagship.
Yeah. Dedicated subspace transceiver arrays. One more. Do we want to do something combat focused or diplomatic suites?
Yeah, it is called the Negotiator.
So yeah, diplomatic suites.
And then there's the fun part. Description traits.
Yep. Basic traits are Republic Starship and Predecessor.
Perfidy.
How do you spell that? P-E-R...
I-F-T-Y. This is a war crime, I might add.
Ah.
It's something that pretty much everyone in Star Wars is guilty of. Perfidy is the technical term for a false surrender.
Ah.
And name any instance where a Jedi has done just that.
Yeah.
It's kind of what they do.
Yeah.
Hi, I surrender. Hi, I'm not actually surrendering. I'm just buying time.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is illegal.
Yeah.
And unlike some people who are going to say, oh, what about Ki-Adi-Mundi's little flamethrower trick with the Geonosians? Sorry, that's the military use of a flamethrower, which is dealing with enemies in an enclosed space, like a bunker. World War II, I'd suggest you look it up. Is it somewhat inhumane? Yes.
Is it a war crime?
Well, only if it's against civilians.
Yeah. Yeah. Then again, Star Wars is not really a signatory of the Geneva Conventions, also known as that big book of stuff Canada is no longer allowed to do.
Oh, look at that. I'm attacking the Wookiees.
Uh,
Because I'm heading to Kashyyyk.
uh,
Regardless, the point is... Kenobi is infamous for perfidy. That said, we're gonna give him, and pretty much every Jedi that does that, a general break for one very depressing reason. It doesn't get civilians killed.
yeah.
So, we're gonna give him a break.
And just say it is not something he should be doing.
Indeed. Like, I shouldn't be bombing a planet. Especially one that is so important.
Yeah.
Regardless, that is the negotiator. And it's war crime generating commanding officer.
Yeah.
That said, while the ship does generate large amounts of false surrenders, well, more lives are saved than taken.
Yeah.
And because the Force, well, droids aren't sensible in the Force, I don't think they really count them as war crimes.
Yeah.
So, bye-bye.